Thank you, everybody, for joining me, and I hope you all had an amazing day today. So, last night, I had this nice dream where I have found a specific room, a special room that happened to be a portal to another world. And so, in this video, you will experience a dream that I had, this particular dream, in your perspective. So, let's begin. So, your dream starts. So, you're starting to dream. And you are you. You are just a normal human being. So, if I am me, then in my dream I am me. But if you are you, you are you. It is very, very simple. So, you decide to go explore a place because you have heard that there is this particular room where rumors say is a portal to another universe. And in your dream world, you are at your neighborhood, but somewhere you'd find this school, or or a hospital or something. It's either of those. You have kind of forgotten, but you know it is abandoned. Okay. But let's assume that it is some sort of abandoned school or something. And you have heard the rumors that there is this one room that has this hidden portal to another universe or another world. And so, with your curiosity, with your being so curious that you decide to go out and explore. Okay, this is 1 dime. I'm gonna put this little dime into this espresso cup. Okay. Right, take a look at this dime. Okay. Alright. It's going in there. Alright. Hear that noise? Okay. So you decide to exit your house and start exploring the so-called place that contains this room. Okay. So, you happen to meet a group of people as you arrive at this abandoned building, and you kind of discuss among yourself, why are you there? Why are you here? And they happen to share you their reasons, and apparently it is the same thing. It is the same reasons of what you're intended to explore this secret room, or not secret room, but the room that contains the portal or something. So you happen to join your group of explorers, alright? And so you happen to join them. and you make your way inside the abandoned whatever school, or abandoned 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 yep, abandoned school or abandoned hospital. So you walk into the abandoned place, and you see it is one of the places that you have ever visited once in your life. So, be it a school or a hospital or whatever, or a museum, it could be one of those. In my case, it was an abandoned school, a school that I used to go that is now abandoned. Not in real life, but in your dream, it is now abandoned. So, whatever building is that you think of that happens to be, it is what it is. So, as you walk in, that is exactly what you feel. And so, the same goes with the other crew of 6 to 10 others. So, they happen to bring flashlights, but you don't. So, and they are very curious of exploring this one room, because they want to know if there is really a portal to the other universe, or to the other world. So you happen to really go with the group. So you started exploring the big reception or whatever main area, and you happen to start exploring the hallways. Each of these hallways contain doors to rooms, and each of the rooms happen to be empty. Alright? Empty rooms, and it gets pretty dark in there. So eventually, night falls, and you happen to share a flashlight with someone. Like you happen to pair up with somebody that shares the same flashlight, because you are exploring the dark hallways. And you feel pretty damp. They are pretty damp and cold. Alright. It is pretty cold and damp, and you check every room, every corner, and you happen to not find this portal because nothing really happens. And you kind of discuss among themselves that, oh, this is probably some fake rumor. This fake rumor that happens to be not true at all. And so you happen to kind of almost give up at this point. And so you decide to walk part ways and just go back home or something. So you start to make your way out. Alright. But then you have this very strange scent. Something that makes you want to go somewhere, as if like you have the gut that there is this place, that there's this hallway that you've never been to. So you tell the crew, oh wait, maybe there's this hallway that we have forgotten to check or something, because at this point you have probably all explored most of the hallways and rooms. Fast forward like a few good hours or so. Alright. And you agreed with this to maybe continue exploring for another 20 or so minutes. Like let's say a half hour. The time isn't very important. So you have this weird gut of going to this, going exploring further, and you happen to turn another corner, and you see this smaller hallway, or something like that. The size doesn't matter. And there is this weird, intense, not insane, but intense sensation that maybe that is the room. There is the room that contains the portal, alright? But you happen to check that room, but nothing again. You happen to check the adjacent room across the hallway, and nothing. And so, as you're going down the hallway, you notice that there is this room, okay? You go right, and you see that the room is much darker, like it is pitch black. And this is the room where you actually use the flashlight, and even using the flashlight, it doesn't reflect any of the walls. And so you go with your partner that you happen to walk with the most. Partner can be your partner, like whatever partner, team partner that you go with. Could be male or female, you decide. So you go into this room and you started exploring because you're pretty curious. Why is it so dark? So you start to explore, okay? You take out your flashlight that you share with your whatever partner that you happen to team up with. And you explore. You somehow don't feel any walls. And so you kind of start to become scared or something. So, and you decide to want to go back. So you and your assigned happen to try and return back, but somehow you cannot find the door back because it is super dark. But then you realized that you see something. You see this girl, okay? You see this girl that happened to enter the light of the flashlight, the spotlight. And the girl has beautiful red hair, blondish red hair with blue eyes. And you talk to her and you kind of wonder what the hell she is doing inside this room. You say hi, and she says hi, and she says something similar to what I'm trying to explore this place, okay? This not haunted place, but this so-called abandoned room or something. And then you find some sort of light over there, like some strange light that happens to be at the other side. Maybe at first you thought it's the doorway back to the hallways that happens to be brighter. And so you go back, you try to go towards the light, and you happen to feel something different. You go towards the light, and it happens to be this dangling light switch. Like you pull and there's this shiny light reflection. Alright, you don't know what the hell that is. You touch it, and somehow the light turns on, okay? But you don't expect. You see something that you don't not really expect. You see this big floating city. A big floating city up in the sky. And the city has many buildings from the year 2000, like the year 3000, I mean, from far in the future. And you think to yourself, whoa, where the hell am I? Oh my goodness. If you are now in the new city, like a city that floats in midair. Okay. Alright. And you are really up high up in the sky. You go to this to the edge of one of the platforms. You are standing on one of the floating platforms, and all you see are clouds. Just clouds, as if you are on the sky, in the sky. And around you are these skylines with those buildings very tall and futuristic. Alright. And you happen to be alone, all by yourself, wondering where the rest of the explorers are, the rest of the others that you happen to go with. So you are now alone. And you happen to really try and take a deep look around the whole entire city or something. And for some reason, it is pretty dead. There is nobody else. There's not even cars. There's just these massive buildings, alright? Or something like that. You don't remember anything else that happened, but the next thing that happens is that you happen to close your eyes, you blink, and then you open it back, and you see that the view changed. You see that you are now at a jungle, again in the middle of the sky. It's around you are these pine trees or something. These trees are very strange, and these bushes, and they are connected with bridges, many bridges, like you are now in one little island, and there are these bridges that connect to other islands, and you happen to walk towards another one, and again there is this island that you're now on another island, and there are more bridges that connect to other islands, like mini islands that are just 10 feet by 10 feet, and they are floating in the sky. They are floating in the sky. Alright. So, you happen to be in this maze of little islands and bridges that connect each other. And you happen to try to climb into this connected web of bridges and islands. And then one of them says something like, jump here and you will end up in Ellis Island or something. I don't know why it is called Ellis Island. The only real life comparison is the Ellis Island somewhere in New York City. My dime is still inside this espresso cup. Alright. So you jump, and again, you happen to go to another place, not in New York City, but into some weird place that all you see are just infinite staircases or something like that. Like, when you look down, you see steps going endlessly, and you go up. You go behind, you look behind, you see steps that go endlessly upwards, as if you are in another dimension or something. And you think to yourself, whoa, what the hell? Alright. And you go look to your left, and again you see this girl with blonde and red hair with blue eyes. You ask her, how the hell did you end up here with me? And she replied something like, because we're all related. We are related. We are related. But nothing, but something else, but you just forget. Alright. You forget most of the conversation that you happen to strike with this girl with the blondish red hair with the blue eyes. But she says something like we're all related or something. You don't know. I don't know what. You don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. But yeah. So, again, after meeting this girl, you happen to close your eyes and then you come back to this room. As you open your eyes again, you're like, whoa, you are back, I am back. And you feel the familiar dampness and coldness of that room. And the girl just is still across you like an arm's distance. But then after that, you kind of forget everything else that happened. You know that other things have happened that happened in your dream, but you forget everything else, and eventually you have woken up. Alright. So that is the end of this dream imagination ASMR. I hope you have gotten your tingles. And oh, by the way, here's this time again. Alright. Probably a 10-cent trip to an imagination world. Alright. So if you get your tingles, please drop a like down in the video description. I hope you enjoyed this video. And so, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.